Sebastian, the bar's been raised after a record-setting year. How much are you looking forward to the season? What are the expectations for you and the team going into 2026?
Yeah, really excited. I think, a little bit incomplete from last year, falling short in two competitions where we felt like we could have had it. So, a little bit incomplete and, kind of having that hunger and that thirst to go out because we know what it takes now. We know what it takes to be the best. And now it's just, having that next step and really digging deep within ourselves to bring that out of us.
Defensively, core is there. Some outgoing players on the attacking side with Ali Ahmed, Jaden Nelson, some movements across the top. Any concerns about the attack going forward? What can fans expect when it comes to the offense for the Caps?
Yeah, it seems like we've brought in even more wingers than we had before. Haven't seen all of them yet, but, supposed to be good players and, looks positive.
Sebastian, last year the club did such a good job balancing Champions Cup, MLS. You've obviously started off in Costa Rica and by all accounts a hellish trip back yesterday as well from Costa Rica, according to Jesper. How difficult is it as a player to balance that when you want to do so well in both competitions and get off the league to such a good start?
It is what it is. I think to be a good team, you need to be able to handle it and, shown last year that we can and all the travel and all that stuff. I don't think it affects us. I think we're used to that and, we're used to being the team that travels the most anyways. So for us, that's, almost that we use an advantage because mentally it doesn't get in our heads at all. We're used to all that stuff. So it's, for us, it's where we want to be. We want to be in competitions and that's what it takes. We have to have the travel and everything. So it's no problem.
You've been through a lot of home openers or season openers in your time as a player. Do you still get excited by that? Yeah,
I think I was talking to the guys, like this is, I think one of the first ones or first couple that I've been like, I really want to see the fans again. I'm genuinely like excited to be playing in front of them and I know they're going to bring the energy and, it's a nice feeling as a player, when you're looking forward to seeing the fans out in BC Place and, feeding off their energy. So it's going to be fun.
I want to build on that a little bit. Is that because of the way that the fans were at the end of last season? Because I don't know that I've ever seen this stadium so engaged with the game.
Yeah, I think we developed a really good connection last year. I felt like we had their backs, they had our backs, and it was just fun. We wanted to make them excited. We wanted them to, feel proud of us. And like you said, they were more engaged than ever. And, when you have someone like Thomas coming in, I think they see that, okay, this club is trying to, really, take it to the next level. So, yeah, they've been great. And like I said, I'm excited to play in front of them, and it's going to be fun.
What are you excited about for your personal game this season? Because we saw you really reach another level last year. Where do you go from here?
Oh, there's a lot further to go. Still feel like there's a lot of things within my game and, just little things that I can clean up. And I know if I have those little things buttoned up a little bit, I can be a lot better. And so I'm really excited.
Alex? I guess, Sebastian, just to that point, just how do you handle, new expectations, just building off that and, that internal drive that you have? Like, what are some ways you're kind of pushing yourself?
It's just keep doing what I've always been doing, from year 1 to year 7. It hasn't changed too much. I think I've tried to find what works for me and what doesn't and kind of trying everything under the sun and, seeing what sticks. But, yeah, now I feel like I'm in a good routine and have good processes. And now it's just, like I was saying earlier, just the little details, looking at more video, training those little things a little bit more and trying to implement into my game. So, yeah, I'm excited to work on those things.
The easy answer here might just be all of them, but is there a particular competition you got an extra itch for just with how close you were last year, especially MLS Cup, Champions Cup, and the Shield?
Yeah, for me, MLS Cup is always the biggest thing. I think raising MLS Cup is something that every little kid, is starting to dream of. And, especially for me growing up, that's something I've always wanted to do. But I did in 2020. But again, to bring it to Vancouver, I think that's the coolest part. To have the city have the MLS Cup here will be the coolest thing.
I'm from a Latin media, so I want to know how's the relationship with the Latin squad from you, like Bruno, Matias, and Andres. I missed one, but yeah, how is that relationship with them?
It's really good. I feel like it doesn't feel like it's Latin group, and it's what's a team. It's not a Latin group. It's guys that all get together, and we'll go to each other's houses, and Andres will have people over to his house, and everyone goes over, and for us it's just one team. It's not a Latin group, so it's pretty cool.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm just curious about how closely the team's watching the Olympics, hockey in particular, if there's any wagers going into the game on Sunday.
Yeah, heavy. Did USA win?
Yeah, they just went.
Okay. So USA, Canada, yeah. Yeah, heavy. Tate Johnson's a big hockey guy, so he's getting me into it more definitely for USA. And Thomas is a big hockey guy too, so he kind of wants to go against what me and Tate want to do. So he's probably rooting for Canada. But it'll be fun. I think it's always good to see those two countries go up against each other. So it'll be good.